When a dog strikes this pose, our natural instinct is to reach for a camera, but behind that photogenic tilt is a sophisticated process that we are only just beginning to map. Most owners assume this posture signals confusion, or that the dog is struggling to process a command it doesn't quite understand. However, veterinarians and ethologists have found that the dog isn't confused at all. They are engaging a specialized sensory targeting system. Projecting human emotions like puzzlement onto this behavior obscures the biological reality of what the dog is doing to gather better data. This data collection starts with the ears. Most dogs have ear flaps, or pinnae, that interfere with how they receive sound. These flaps act as a physical barrier. Because the ear canal is partially covered, dogs have to physically change the position of their head to optimize their hearing. Tilting the head alters the time delay between sound waves hitting the left versus the right ear. This micro-adjustment allows the brain to calculate the exact distance and direction of the sound. Once the sound is located, the dog uses the tilt to solve a second anatomical problem, their own face. A long muzzle creates a significant blind spot in the lower center of a dog's vision, exactly where a human's face usually is during a conversation. Tilting the head shifts the snout out of the way. This allows the dog to maintain an unobstructed view of our facial expressions and body language. By rotating the head, the dog is physically refiltering their sensory inputs to prioritize the information most relevant to the moment. This isn't just a mechanical reflex. The tilt is also a sign of intense mental concentration and memory recall. This chart shows the results of a study on gifted word learners. When hearing the names of familiar toys, these dogs tilted their heads 43% of the time, while typical dogs only did so 2% of the time. This indicates that the tilt is linked to the cognitive work of matching a spoken word to a stored visual memory. Because we find this behavior engaging, humans tend to respond with positive reinforcement, such as treats, smiles, or verbal praise. Dogs are experts at cause and effect. When they realize the tilt consistently secures our attention, they begin to use it as a reliable tool for social interaction. A reflex for pinpointing sound has been shaped over thousands of years of domestication into a functional bridge for communication between two different species. While a stimulus-driven tilt is normal, a persistent, chronic tilt that happens for no reason is a red flag. When the tilt is constant, the issue is often medical, typically middle ear infections or a condition called idiopathic vestibular disease. Vestibular disease disrupts the dog's internal sense of balance. Inflammation in the inner ear sends conflicting spatial data to the brain, leaving the dog in a state of constant vertigo. Owners should watch for a sudden loss of balance, walking in circles, or nystagmus, a rapid involuntary flicking of the eyes. If you see these signs, you should seek veterinary care immediately. While alarming, most dogs with vestibular disease recover within 2 to 3 weeks with supportive care. Understanding the biology behind the tilt allows us to distinguish between a dog who is listening intently and a dog who needs medical help. Next time, we'll dive into the hidden chemistry of the canine nose. See you then.